I had built 10 Keller Williams offices from the ground up to over 2,000 agents. I took that office from 10 to 184 agents in 27 months because of that.
How much Keller Williams owner, how much they can make? Do you actually make money when you buy a franchise like Keller Williams, or if you own 10 of them, can you make any money? Good morning everyone, here we are in beautiful Cabo Hyatt Ziva Hotel. I'm here with my business partners, Don Yoakum, wonderful guy, and Amir Chachkovic. He was one of the opening speakers here at the event and he absolutely crushed it.
Yeah. Thanks, George.
So,
thank you, George. Pleasure to be with you.
thank you so much. And Don, you're one of our business partners. You're highly successful. Can you tell us about yourself a little bit and who you are, what do you do, and how did you heard about eXp and how does your life look like now?
Let me introduce Don a little bit, because this is the guy why I joined eXp together with Tom Dace. I presented this in the previous video. So Don is built multiple Keller Williams franchises. He's very successful in a business building side and brokerage. And him and I will talk the same language because I own my brokerage. And after analyzing his numbers and my numbers, I made a best business decision joining eXp.
Thank you, Amir. Well, and coming from somebody that is so successful, not just as a business broker, but as an agent, investor, and just watching your kids grow and prosper is really nice to see. So, yeah, my first full year in the real estate business was actually 1990.
Wow.
34 years ago, I just realized. And I was a top agent at RE/MAX. I closed 51 deals my first full year in the business. And
Wow.
2000, I became a team leader for Keller Williams and built an office in Roseville, which is the market that Amir is in.
You started before George was born.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That is funny. Yes. But it's been an amazing journey. You know, I had built 10 Keller Williams offices from the ground up to over 2,000 agents, and I think that's some kind of franchise record for them. But each one of those was a tremendous amount of capital invested, actually $250,000 for each franchise. Had to sign a lease in a Class A building. Had to be willing to lose money, about $125,000 the first year, break even the second, make back in the third what I lost in the first. And so, after $250,000 invested, I had zero retained earnings in 3 years, and that's if everything went according to plan. And we did get those offices up to making a little over $250,000 after that. And but the risk reward proposition was just not, well, at least in today's environment, it's not a risk that I'm willing to expose my family to. And when eXp came along, Brent Gove had introduced me to it. And actually, I have to confess that I passed initially. And I told Brent at that time, well, I thought he'd be successful, which certainly became true. It just sounded too good to be true to me, right? Because I was accustomed to the typical bricks and mortar model and the economics of that, and I didn't see how they could give so much. What I now realize is that they basically stripped out of the business model those costs that didn't add value to the consumer, right? That $50,000 lease I had in Roseville, well, that's not an expense at eXp, okay? And of course, it doesn't have anything to do with getting a home sold. And so our model, which is an 80-10-10 model, 80% going to the agent till they cap, of course, and then they get 100%, 10% being retained by the company for their company expenses and to make a nominal profit, and then 10% going to us agents that are building the company. Strangely enough, only 12% of us do, because most agents are just selling, and we love them for that, by the way. That's how we get revenue share, right? But we, for those of us that choose to build sales organizations, we get to do so basically enjoying the benefits of brokerage ownership without the broker liability and capital risk. Amir didn't mention it, but one of the reasons why he joined us, besides the numbers being better, is he'd been stung by a lawsuit, which he and his agents were not at fault. He actually won the suit, but it cost him $250,000, or I think $237,000 to defend himself and his agent. Okay, so you can lose even when you're winning in that situation. Anyway, that's my story. I I did, by the way, finally come to my senses. Randy Bird reached out to me, and I said to him, I go, well, how's Brent doing? And he goes, well, Brent's making over 100,000 a month now. And I thought, oh my gosh. I went to my wife and I said, sweetie, we're going to have to look at that eXp thing again. So I did, and of course I joined, and even though that delay cost me probably about 100,000 a month, I'm very grateful that I now have an organization, over 1,000 agents, 31 states, 4 countries, and growing every day because of folks like you, George, and Amir.
And thank you. And how much, if it's not a secret, I was always wondering how much Keller Williams owner, how much they can make. Do you actually make money when you buy a franchise like Keller Williams, or if you own 10 of them, can you make any money?
Sure you can. Now, I will say that the environment that I was in was much better than the environment that they have today. For perspective, when I started my office in Roseville, there were no other companies in town that had a cap. So I'd be talking to some agent at a traditional brokerage that was paying 150,000. I'd be like, well, you can pay 18 plus 3 here, you know. And so it was. I really felt like I was shooting fish in a barrel. Okay. And I took that office from 10 to 184 agents in 27 months because of that. Now, today, that office has had to lower their cap, and their top agents are coming to eXp, right, because of our Icon program and the stock that is awarded to them. And at the bottom end, they're having to contend with HomeSmart and Realty One, these fee-based brokerages. And so they still have a reasonably defensible middle section, but you know, if their best agents are coming to eXp, if their low-end agents or their newer agents are going to the fee-based brokers, it's tough to survive with that middle section. And so, yes, they can if they create enough economy of scale. But like I said, you have to look at it like a risk-reward, or at least I do look at things as a risk-reward proposition. And the risks are just too great for the reward.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else you would like to add?
That's exactly what I mentioned in one of the previous videos. So risk reward is ratio is very good with eXp because you can build your brokerage in all 50 states in multiple countries. As a small independent broker, you cannot do it because you're licensed in one, maybe couple of states, and to go 50 states is almost impossible financially and liability wise.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for your support. Without you, I wouldn't be sitting here in beautiful Hayat Ziva. See you on the next event. And of course, we'll have some 3-way calls with agents who want to join our broker owners before that. Thank you so much for your support.
Thanks, George.
And thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Click the link down below and schedule a call. Thank you.